Shalom, back with part 2, Discernment. Let's continue. Let's pick it up here at 2 Peter 1 and 20. Knowing this, right, what you've already heard, all right, what precepts that I've given you, the scriptures, knowing this first, that no prophecy of scripture is of any private interpretation. So again, that has nothing to do with what you think or what you've learned from Renaissance plantation Christianity that you've overheard, from your parents, your grandparents, because all that is wrong. Okay? They have no truth. All right? The truth is right here in the scriptures. Okay? And the church just simply uses the Bible as a cover. All right? Christianity is just a label that's placed on them. This stuff was created. Okay? In other words, they're the imposters. All right? The church is like no different than the Amalekites, the Zionists. You understand? All right? You're born into this world, all right, of false teaching, deceptions, and lies. Okay? Because again, people, there's nothing in the scriptures where, the Lord loves everybody and everybody's going to be saved. That's just a small, very small, tiny example, all right, of the lies that you've been brought up in. Okay? For example, they never told you who the Israelites are, but the Bible does. Okay? As well as circular history. Okay? And again, those books, that knowledge, all right, that information was, kept from you, kept out of libraries, suppressed. Okay? But they exist. Most of us own those books in circular history besides, the Bible. Okay? So, above all, you must realize that no prophecy in Scripture ever came from a prophet's own understanding. Right. You understand that? We're just vessels, okay, to simply bring out the Scriptures, to read them out, okay, and having been, given a gift of discernment, which we did not give to ourselves, okay, which again comes from the heavens, all right? You understand? Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. When you read Revelations 9 and 10, and the angel, comes on to John the Revelator, all right, and he's bowing down to the angel, and the angel tells him, hey, you don't need to do that. That I'm a fellow servant as yourself, okay? That Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy, okay? You understand that? Okay? Matter of fact, give me a minute. See right here? And I fell out of his seat to worship him. All right? And he said unto me, see that thou do it not, for I am a fellow servant, right? Just like I explained, I have the testimony of Yahushai, all right? Worship of the God power for the testimony of Yahushai, the testimony, the word, okay? These scriptures is the spirit of prophecy, okay? Do you understand that? Let's go into the word prophecy for you. Give me a minute.
Strong's G 4394. Prophetia.
Right. Okay. A discourse emanating from divine inspiration. Hello. And declaring the purposes of the Most High. Hello. Whether by reproving or admonishing the wicked. Hello. Or comforting the afflicted, or revealing the hidden things. Hello, which again, the mysteries, all right, the hidden things, the secrets, all right, that have been hidden for ages. They're revealed unto his servants, the prophets, the saints. Do you understand that? Okay? And you have to understand that what is written here becomes manifested Okay? It is brought forth, brought to light. You understand? All right? Especially foretelling future events. What were the prophets called before they were called prophets? The seers. Okay? You understand? All right. Give me a minute. All right. You know what? We're going to end this here and we'll be right back with parts 3 and 4. Shalom.